Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a book haul, and if I sound funny, it is because I'm sick, but I still wanted to film this video because before I got sick I did pick up a couple books and I had some book mail shipped to me, so I wanted to show you what I got. So a couple weeks ago I picked up Shatter Me when I was in Barnes & Noble. This is a book I said that I would never read, but I think that I'm going to read it. All I know is that this is a dystopian, and basically her touch kills people. The government, I guess, wants to use her as a weapon. She's not down for that, and she finally decides to fight back, and she is going to fight basically to get a future with the boy that she thought that was like gone forever. And I'm pretty sure like they keep forgetting each other and then they find each other again, like their memories were wiped. All I know other than that is this dystopian. That's it. I just know that Book Talk talks about this all the time. It was popular on BookTube like way back in the day. I've never read it, so I picked it up because I do want to try to read this series. I know it gets worse as it goes on apparently, but we're gonna actually try this. I think I'm gonna do a reading vlog when I read this book, so we'll see. Then, very exciting book mail came. It actually showed up the couple days before release day, and it is Game of Retribution by Scarlett St. Clair. I have already read this since I have received it. I'm currently reading Touch of Malice now, but I did pre-order this from Best of Books, so it was signed and it came with like a art thing, but it does have my name on it with a quote, and it is signed, which I really love. It's so pretty. If you do not know, this is the second in the Hades POV of the Touch of Darkness series. It's a Hades and Persephone retelling. So this is a retelling of the second book, Touch of Ruin, which I did not like as much as the first book, but it's just a continuation of those. So after Touch of Malice, there will be a Hades perspective of that as well. So this is basically, I've been waiting to read Touch of Malice because I wanted to read this one first. So I have already read this. It was the very first book I read in June. I literally can't even talk because I'm sick and my brain is not making words correct. But yeah, A Game of Retribution I also picked up. Then, like 2 days before I fell ill, I went into Barnes & Noble and picked up 2 books. So I picked up Life of Pi. I have not ever read this. So basically what happens in this book is a cargo ship sinks and there's one lifeboat, and on this lifeboat we have the 16-year-old Pi, we have a tiger, a Bengal tiger, a hyena or an orangutan, and a wounded zebra. And from there, like, what is gonna happen with this mix of animals and a person on the lifeboat. I think I saw this movie like a really long time ago. A lot of people told me the ending would like leave me like, what the heck? But I mean, it's won prizes and it seems really good, so I did want to pick this one up because I feel like it's not a classic, but I feel like it's more like a modern classic. Maybe. I don't know. I heard it's got a really beautiful writing style. I have been interested in it for a while, so I do want to pick this one up soon because it just seems very interesting, and I think this cover is really pretty as well. So yeah, I did pick this one up when I was in Barnes & Noble, but I wasn't really in there to buy this book. I just saw it and I was like, you know what, I've been putting it off for too long. There was only one copy left, so I picked up Life of Pi. I was also in Barnes & Noble. I was kind of shocked to see this in Barnes & Noble because I feel like it's one of those books you only ever see on Amazon, and so I had to pick it up. It is Archer's Voice. Again, this is a romance that I know nothing about other than the main male character is a mute. So basically, the main character, decides to move to a small town after what I'm assuming is a shooting or some form of incident in which her father dies and she lives. So she moves to this town to kind of like, you know, find some peace, and she meets Archer, who is mute. He does not talk to people. He talks to her with his hands. And she kind of befriends him, and then I'm assuming falls in love with him because it's a love story. And there are also some secrets happening in this small town that he's kind of at the center of. I think it's gonna make me cry, but I've heard people really like this. Everyone on TikTok was like, please read this now, like I love this book. I'm worried it's gonna make me cry. My friend just read it and she really wants me to read it, so I do plan on reading this soon. I'm just trying to prioritize my summer reads right now. But yeah, this was the other book I picked up when I was in Barnes & Noble because I could not resist. Then the next day after I went to Barnes & Noble, my book mail arrived. And this first one I have already read as well. I finished it yesterday. It is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Basically, it's a then and now dual timeline. They are childhood friends where she stays in his cabin every summer and she starts to fall in love with one of the brothers who lives next door. Persephone, who lives in the city now, but when she was younger, she used to go to vacations 4 hours away on this little lake, and that is where she met Sam and Charlie, who are brothers, and she starts to fall in love with Sam. And so in all of the then perspectives, like 16 summers ago, 15 summers ago, it's her falling in love with Sam every summer at the lake and her waiting to see him and like wondering what he does when they're not together, and they are attached at the hip. But something happens that tears them apart. She's having terrible anxiety after the fact. She starts having these panic attacks, like has to see a therapist for it, and she gets a call from Charlie saying, hey, our mom died, you need to come to the funeral. And so she does, and that is where she starts to rekindle her feelings for Sam, but also having to face what happened almost a decade ago. This was really cute. I did tab just a little bit, a couple of cutesy things. I will say, if you like Love in Other Words, this has got the exact same vibes. When I started this book, I was like, why does this feel so familiar? It's because it's exactly like Love in Other Words. But it was still good and it was different, and like the problems are different. It just had a very similar plot. Which I did like, and it was really cute. I definitely recommend it, and it was a quick read. It's like barely 300 pages, so definitely pick this one up if you're looking for a good summer read. And the other thing, which I was really excited about, I haven't even unwrapped it, that came in that package, was I got the Summer I Turned Pretty box set. I've never read these books, and you know, there is now an Amazon TV show coming out, right? It's on Amazon, or is it Hulu? I have no idea. But they look fairly short, and I knew that if I read the first one I would just want to read all of them, and it was cheaper to buy the box set, surprisingly, on Amazon than to buy them all separately. So I just went ahead and picked up the box set. It's still in its wrapping. But I do plan on reading all of these probably this month. They're like perfect for summer. It's another one where in the summer, she spends every summer at the beach, and there's two brothers, and which brother does she love more? So she basically just like is in love with one of the brothers, or has always been, and she starts to think he might have feelings for her too, but she also realizes that the other brother has feelings for her, and so how do you choose? So it's kind of her choosing between the two brothers during summer on a beach, and it sounds great. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, and it's definitely on my TBR very soon. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Them, but I absolutely loved them. I sobbed and stared at a wall blankly after I read this book. It was